everyone, and welcome to the third module of #Poker Elementary course, Introduction to No Limit Hold'em. And like always, I'm here to make the process of learning poker fun and simple. So far, in our previous module, we have discussed how this strategic card game evolved over centuries and got adapted in its modern form around the world. Poker is played with a 52-card deck, and you can play the game with a minimum of 1 or maximum of 9 opponents. Now, this competitive card game is of many types, but we are mainly focusing on the most common and popular form of poker, No Limit Hold'em. Like I told you before, No Limit Hold'em can be played as tournaments and cash games. And to play this game, every player is given 2 cards, and then 5 cards are opened on the table for everyone to use. And with this customary revision out of the way, now let's learn some new things about the 2 given cards and 5 common cards in No Limit Hold'em. Well, there is a name given to the 2 cards dealt to you and your opponents at the beginning of every hand. Do you have any idea what it's called? No? Well, that's not a problem, because that's exactly what I'm here for. These 2 cards are called hole cards. Why are they called hole cards? Well, here comes my analogy. If you have ever watched a live poker game, you would notice that when the hole cards are dealt to every player, to protect their hand from getting exposed, they kind of make a hole with their hands to secretly view their cards. So, maybe the name hole cards comes from this way of viewing cards. Now, after the hole cards are dealt to each player, 5 more cards are opened on the table. But do you have any idea how these cards are opened? Or is there any particular order in which they're opened? Well, there is a pattern. At first, we only open 3 cards. These are collectively known as the flop. Next, a single card is opened, and this card is called the turn. And finally, 1 more card is opened, and this final card is known as the river. Now, repeat these 3 words after me. It's flop, turn, and river. Well, you need to engrave these 3 terms in your mind, as most of your future learning will revolve around these 3 terms. One last piece of information before we mark the end of this video. The 5 cards that comprise of the flop, turn, and river are called the community cards, as they are common for all players on the table. Well, that marks the end of this video. We learned that the hole cards are dealt to each player, and the community cards are then spread face up across the table, with the flop coming first, followed by the turn, and then the river. Well, in the next video, I will share the objective of playing No Limit Hold'em and also some insights about how betting works in this game. Well, I can see the inquisitiveness in your eyes, but to make this easy for your grasping, we're going to go step by step. So join me for a lot more learning in our next video. See you soon.